Hi everyone, welcome back to Kraku. So today we are going to check some last 10-day strategy for CMAT 2024. So CMAT is on 15th May 2024. So we only have very less days going forward. So let's check like what strategy you need to follow. So one thing we have to say is that there is no one size fits all strategy for any exam, like not only for CMAT. So what we are going to give you is some tips which we have collected from all our team members. So we have a basic understanding of what the exam is. So we are giving you some tips. So it's not essentially a perfect plan or strategy. So these are basic tips that you can actually look forward to. One thing is that the CMAT exam structure, it's like 180 minutes for 100 questions. So if you just directly divide, you know that you have 1.8 minute for a question. So if you just round it off, say some question you take 1 minute, for some other take say more than 1.8, which means that you can actually get an average of say 1.8 per question. So some questions you can actually go up to 2 or 2.5. So for some you can go take up to 1. So it depends on what kind of question that you're focusing on. So we have 5 sections, right? One will be the QADI, which is quantitative aptitude and data interpretation. Then we have logical reasoning, then general awareness and innovation and entrepreneurship, and also language comprehension, which is basically test on English. And these are 5 sections. So 20 questions each section. So you know that, say for example, we take general awareness and innovation and entrepreneurship. You know that say a particular question is there and you know an answer to it. You just mark it. If you don't know, you move forward. So you know that you don't spend a lot of time on say these 2 questions because you are not trying to solve something. You're trying to remember something out of your memory. So if you say you don't remember any question or you don't know about the question, there is 2 aspects to it. So for these 2 sections, you either know the question or you have say you knew the question, but you don't remember the answer. These things happen, but you know that for this is very quick. So the process is like very quick. So you can actually save a lot of time from these 2 sections. And for the other 3 sections, what we can say is that say QADI, which is a single section, there is no comma needed actually. Then say if you know that your strong suit is like quantitative aptitude, you can actually solve these questions very quickly. So what you can actually do is that you can actually devote this time which you have saved to say logical reasoning, which for some people may take a lot of time to say look at a question and derive or deduce what the question actually means and come out to a logical conclusion of what this question actually is about and come to the actual solution. So this may take a lot of time for some people. So if you are very good at logic and also QADI, what you can actually do is devote the time for logic comprehension, because there are some people who can actually do say logical reasoning very quickly and QADI very quickly. So for those people, you can actually devote this time for language comprehension. So this is how time management works. So you need to focus on the time, because say 180 minutes are there, which is 3 hours. You need to say you need not spend a lot of time on these 2 sections, which is like GA and innovation and entrepreneurship, which is very important. And say when it comes to mock test, what we need to tell you is that don't take the mock test at this time as a judgment of your abilities, because you know that if you're taking a mock test and if your score is not good, but if you're having a consistent practice until this point, if your scores were very good, say 250 plus or near 300, now you know that say even if you have not got that kind of level score, but if you have that kind of level of scores and you are doing well, but at the end your mock test score have gone down, this should not affect your confidence at the last moment. So what we say is that it is a practice session. So you have to tell yourself that this is a practice session which I'm doing and not a judgment of my abilities. So this actually will help you stay calm during the say mock test time, and also in the actual exam also. If you are taking the test and if you have the hangover of the test which you have previously taken where your mock test score was not up to the mark, you may feel something say a lack of confidence when you're actually attending the actual exam, so which is on 15th. So on 15th May you have the exam. We suggest you don't take the mocks on say 13 and 14. If you're very confident, like your skills are like very good and aptitude is like perfect and you can actually score every section. I'm not only talking about aptitude, QADI, I'm talking about every section, GK, innovation and entrepreneurship, QADI, language, logic, everything. Then you can actually take the mock on 14th and 13th, making sure that this will not affect you. You have to make sure that if I have a low score, it's not going to affect me. So if you have that kind of confidence, we suggest you can take this. But if you're not, it's better to not take this confidence. You can actually have, say, build a kind of confidence in yourself by making sure that you have practiced well and you have done whatever you can within this time frame. And there is nothing more to do. 13th and 14th, just what we say is like relax and go through the formula. So you have to like spend enough time and look through all the formulas that you have in QA. So when it comes to quantitative aptitude, what we suggest is revise all basics and formulas, because if you know certain formulas, say any shortcut, so what I suggest is have all the basic understanding, and you need to ensure that the normal questions, which can be easily solved, are not left unanswered. So that will be a case where you are like, I could have done this, but I've not done this. So that's not a place that you want to be. So why I'm suggesting is, like, say you got a question. So you have learned a formula for, say, PNC, which is permutation and combination. You can actually apply, say, one particular formula for this is like, say, distribution. We have a formula like, say, n plus r minus 1 c r minus 1. So this is a formula for distribution, which is like similar items to distinct people, right? So similar to distinct, if you are distributing, say, 10 apples to 3 kids, so we can actually apply, say, so how many kids are there? So we have 3 kids, right? How many apples are there? So we have 10 apples, which we divide among 3 kids. So 3 minus 1, C, 3 minus 1. So what you get is 13 minus 1, which is 12, C, 2. So this will be the number of ways in which you can actually distribute 10 apples to 3 kids. Because these apples, I'm saying that these are like very similar or same in nature. This is a formula that you can actually apply. And also there are a lot of shortcut formulas which you can actually learn, which comes in very handy when you attend exams, especially like CMAT. Sometimes these may not work out in exams like CAT, but it generally comes handy in exams like CMAT. So what I suggest is that you have enough time, so you need to make sure that you practice a lot of questions and also revise the basics and formulas, because that's very important now. Say, let's give another example of a formula which I can remember. It's like you have a triangle and the perimeter of the triangle is given as, say, 50. Now, how many possible triangles are there, or how many triangles are possible with this perimeter? Now, what do? You can actually try out different variants. So now you can actually try and check out each parameter, saying that, say, we need 2a plus b, that is 2 sides, will be greater than the third side. You can actually apply that and find out different sets of triangles. Or what you can actually do is apply a formula like, say, p square by 48 and p plus 3 the whole square by 48. These are like formulas which you can actually apply and say, this is for even number, this is for odd number. Say, if we have a number like 50, what we do is 50 square by 48, which is like 2500 by 48. This is the number of triangles that you can actually get, and you take the nearest number. What you get, you divide this and take the nearest number, and that will be the number of triangles possible. So this is like basic formula you can actually learn. And I'm not suggesting you to learn every formula possible, because if you can, you do it. But if you cannot, just be chill, because in the last 10 days, you don't want to be stressed out like, I don't know this, will I be able to do it? No. If you have done it, great. If you can do it, great. If you cannot do it, it's fine. So that's how we need to move forward. When it comes to GK and innovation on entrepreneurship, what we suggest is that it's not possible to say, look for questions from multiple sources at this time. We have compiled a list of questions in video format. So you can actually check them out in the description. I'll also put it in the I button above. So this is a playlist of GK and also innovation and entrepreneurship. And we also have video, which is like a set of 1000 CMAT questions. So do check them out. It's in the link. So we suggest you to watch that video, and say one of them is like 4 hours. So you can actually sit 4 hours and say, no 1000 questions. So just watch and have an awareness of that, and that can actually help, because in the last 10 days, there is no lot of time to prepare for every current affairs possible. So what we have compiled is a set of questions which can probably come in handy and help you. So the next one is free mocks. So if you want to take CMAT mocks, you can actually go and check them out. So we suggest you to take a mock very soon, because it's like the last 10 days. You can take one mock at least, which we suggest is at least one. And if you have never taken a CMAT, it's in the description. You can actually go check them out. And also you can actually go Google search CMAT 2024 Krakow mock. You can actually find them. So that's it. So the very important point that we have to share in this video is that you just stay calm and focus on accuracy. That is, try not to make a lot of mistakes and focus on, say, if you try to solve a question, just be sure that you're making it right. And if you're spending a lot of time, make sure that you are not doing it, because just leave the question if you feel that you have spent say 4 to 5 minutes on a single question, because that's not where you need to be stuck. So don't get stuck in a question. If you feel that you are not able to do it, just move forward, just move on. If you want, you can actually say remember the question and come back to it, but the problem is that you won't have that much time. There are 100 questions and you need to say very strategically select the questions and do it, and make sure that you minimize your negatives, which is a generic advice, but sometimes students forget the fact. If you minimize your negatives and maximize your positives, that actually can be very good for you, and it can actually result in a good score. So that's about it. So on the last 10 days, what we need to suggest you is to stay calm, make sure that you do everything properly, take care of your health, because we don't want to have any illness coming forward nearby the exam. So make sure that you take care of everything, take care of your health, take care of your mental energy, because you need not spend a lot of energy on something which is like beyond your control. So focus on the test, so practice well, and don't put a lot of stress on yourself in these last 10 days, because whatever you have done, it's probably it's enough. And if it's not enough, you can actually not do a lot of things in the last 10 days. So what we suggest is stay calm and do whatever you can, and make sure that you tell yourself like you can do it. Be confident and go on the exam day. And it's like the last 10 days. 15th May is a day where you can actually be very calm and just do it and have a great day. So that's about the strategy. So it's not a fixed strategy, it's like the plan and tips for you. So we hope this helped you. Thank you. Have a great day.